Hello lovely humans, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to share with you my personal opinions as to why Tori Vega is actually a pretty good main character and dare I say one of my favorites from the show. So which is it? Is Tori really a selfish, spotlight-stealing student or just a determined, dream-driven darer? I would just like to point out that a lot of the things that I'm going to say in this video are my own opinion, though I may present them in a way that suggests otherwise. Also, these are my personal feelings and thoughts, so if you disagree with them in any way, it's totally fine. Feel free to write down below your own comments, but please write them respectfully. Without further ado, let's start the video!
If I could take you up in boom 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 boom, tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
I will be presenting my arguments in 3 parts so that it will be easier to follow and understand. As we all know, Tori is supposed to play the typical nice girl for a good portion of the series, though she deviates from this. Her inconsistent attitude and seemingly bland personality, especially when seen against the backdrop of all the other characters, ironically, makes her stand out because of her lack of one distinct descriptor. Take these lines from Wiki Fandom for example under Tori Vega's personality, which states, Tori is pleasant, positive, kind, easygoing, funny, sweet, intelligent, serious, forgiving, more mature and responsible than her older sister, yet can be shown to be neurotic and impatient and stresses out at times, though such emotions are usually well warranted. Some of those descriptors are contradictory, but that's exactly what makes her character so versatile and adaptable. These traits of her really shine through, especially when she and her friends are in trouble.
Okay, here's the thing. See, my friends and I had a flat tire back there in this... Well, it's hard to explain, but we just need some help changing, the tire. Do you guys know how to change a tire?
Yeah. We know how to change a tire.
Some people often fault principal characters because they can come across as dull and monotonous, especially when joined with much more interesting personalities, as in the case of Victorious. Tori may seem like the overused, cliché nice girl protagonist who lacks anything interesting to be special, though that is precisely why her character is so appealing and deserving of being in the lead. One of her strongest traits is her ability to connect with child audiences because she acts the closest to how a real person would if they were in a situation as bizarre as hers.
Why are you hiding in there spying on us?
Cuz I had a feeling your guys' ping pong team was just a big fake and I was right. You weren't practicing ping pong. You were playing retro party games. So what is up?
Her neutrality in divided situations and constant curiosity about her relatively new surroundings were crucial to her character development. As the show progressed, we learned and saw Tori grow also, as opposed to some of her fellow characters who stayed the same or even regressed over time. Jade stayed mean.
What? I beat everybody.
I don't care. Read the school website.
When a student tries out for a sports team for which there is no coach, the team captain shall decide if the student is granted or denied acceptance to the team.
Captain says denied.
But you can't just...
Read the phone, Tori. Read the phone.
You get up off your butt and help me make this stupid pizza! Oh,
I think that's for me.
who's here?
Pizza comes to $16.50.
Why would you order a pizza when we're making pizza?
Because I knew you'd fail.
Robbie was still awkward.
Excuse me, sir.
Hi, is anything wrong?
Yes. We were mistakenly charged for $600 worth of caviar.
Oh, that's not a mistake. That awkward young man ordered a large bowl of caviar.
Man, what were you thinking?
Hey, I didn't order any caviar.
Robbie!
I mean, really, how could you? What did Kat do? She tweeted, "Big news! Robbie Shapiro has pimples."
What are pimples?
Butt pimples! Pimples on one's bottom, which I do not have.
And Kat became even more of an airhead.
Okay, what if, like, a farmer planted a lobster and a potato in the same hole? Maybe it would grow a lobtato.
Yes, Kat. A lobtato would grow. I'll tell the farmers.
Like right now I'm learning about America's 50 states. Did you know America has 50 states?
I did.
Well, do you know which one of them they call the Aloha State?
Yes.
It's Hawaii.
Tori's lack of subjectivity and show of strong personal feelings were necessary to the show's storytelling, mainly because we, as the audience, based our outlook on a character and situation depending on how they interacted with Tori and how Tori acted accordingly. For example, how we classified Jade as the mean girl because she was spiteful towards Tori. From the first scene of the pilot episode of the series, we saw Tori as a young girl attending a regular high school, doing a normal science project with her classmate Ian. Upon being introduced to her sister, we were able to see that, though related, they lived very different school lives. One went to a regular high school, while the other to a performing arts high school. Though it did not seem like it from the start, we later saw that Tori does in fact have a yearning for stardom when, because of certain complications, she performs in the talent show in place of her sister. Her leaving her previous school at the drop of a hat because she was given the chance to attend a more prestigious school also suggested that she in fact had a star-studded dream. In the span of one episode, we already saw Tori's character evolve from awkward teen to talented rising star, and that was when the story really began. With her frequent show of talent in the series, we clearly saw that Tori takes every opportunity presented to her to pave the way for her dream of becoming a pop star. This is very much accounted for considering that this idea was the central premise of the show. Her tenacity and desire to be involved in everything, whether it be performing or trying to look for solutions to complications, is both a blessing and a curse. Her problem-solving nature can definitely rub viewers the wrong way, especially when it seems as if she is doing so only to take the spotlight for herself. Though if we look at it carefully, she is doing all of these with the best of intentions, always finding a way to help her and her friends get out of trouble.
Merry Christmas, Andre, from your Secret Santa.
All right. Okay. Maybe I was wrong about your song.
Yeah, way wrong.
So now you're gonna change Andre's grade too?
Well,
Perhaps an A?
an A.
The conflicts that she faces are usually about acting and singing, which is her ultimate goal, and so she is compelled to grow and change in those areas as well. Whether you like Tori or not, I think it is fair to say that a lot of the reasons why she receives so much negativity, even though she is the main character, is precisely because of that. As the lead of the show, she was supposed to be the one most affected by the plot, and the one whom the plot follows. Being surrounded by equally as interesting, or maybe even more interesting characters, is really difficult, especially because in my opinion, people gravitate towards more unrealistic individuals in view of the fact that we look to fictional shows and films to live out unrealistic scenarios and lead fantastical existences. And when the main character hits too close to home, they become boring and predictable. Her consistency, one episode after the other, is crucial so that the people watching has a stable character to follow through and be the point that signifies the progress. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please let me know in the comments what other characters you want me to do a character analysis of next. See you later and stay brewtiful.